All right, we are recording. So let's just do our tune check and we'll wait another minute and see if Ben is able to join us. And if not, we'll just get started. All right, so I'm a little out of tune. This is my G, so you have a high G. So remember, yours is going to be more like this. So I have my low G, so that's string number 4, closest to our chin is G. And then string number 3 right below it, second from the top, is C. Feeling okay with C? Getting there? And sometimes with weather and other things, or ukuleles, as with any instrument, get a little temperamental. There? Awesome. All right, then we've got E is our next string. E is string number 2, second from the bottom. Yeah? Awesome. And then string number 1, closest to the ground, is A. Awesome. So now we're all tuned up. Let's review our chords we've learned so far. And we're going to be using 3 of them today for the songs we're going to do. So C chord is 3rd fret, 1, 2, 3, ring finger on that first string, our A string. Closest to the ground. That's our C string, our C chord, sorry. And you can try that. Let's try, since we worked on that down, down, up, down, up pattern. Let's do that, let's say 3 times through, okay? 1, 2, here we go. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. One more. Awesome, we've got our C. Feeling good with the C chord? Yeah? Okay, moving to our A minor. So A minor is middle finger on that 2nd fret, 4th string. So closest to the top of our ukulele, our chin. Okay, middle finger on that 2nd fret, 4th string, A minor. Should sound like that. Yeah? Okay, we're going to do 4 sets of that down, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, here we go. Awesome. Okay, keep that middle finger on your A minor, and you're going to press your pointer finger down for F in the 1st fret, 2nd string. So 2nd from the bottom in that first set of spaces. Press that pointer finger down for F. Just slightly changes that sound. So A minor sounds like this. F sounds like that. Okay? We're going to try 4 sets of that pattern, that strum pattern on F. 1, 2, here we go. How are we feeling with F? Okay on F? Perfect. All right, take your middle finger off, leave your pointer finger. We're moving to G7. So you're going to make that triangle. So your pointer finger on that 1st fret, 2nd string, is the point of your triangle. And you're going to put your middle finger and your ring finger down in the 2nd fret on the strings just to the left and right of your pointer finger, but in the 2nd set of spaces. So middle finger is going to press down on your C string, which is the 2nd, which is the 3rd string, 2nd from the top. And ring finger is going to go down on that 4th string. Both of the fingers are in the 2nd fret, making a triangle. Okay, and that's our G7. Okay, 4 sets. 1, 2, here we go. Good? Awesome. So for the songs we're going to be doing today, we're going to be using C, we're going to be using F, and we're going to be using G7. Okay? Those are the 3 we're going to use. So we're just taking out the A minor, but we're going to be using C, F, and G7 for the songs we're doing today. And like I said, these are going to hopefully help Ben or anybody educating and wanting to change. A lot of educational songs, they're sung to familiar tunes for little ones. And so tends to be with nursery rhymes or other things like that. So definitely helps anybody teaching or singing with little ones, but we all have little kids. And so these can also come in handy for us. So I'm going to go ahead and share screen. Let's hope this works. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we're going to start off with Happy Birthday. Now, these songs are all in, so one thing that we will talk about maybe next class or the class after, once we've learned a couple more chords, I'm going to talk to you about how you can transpose music, which sounds tricky, but it really isn't once you know that musical alphabet, which we talked about, A through G. So you can see something this happens to be in C major or in the set of C chords, but that may or may not be something that a tone that lends itself to your voice, and you may need to go higher or lower to make it work for your voice. And that's where we get into transposing and changing this same pattern of chords, but changing it to a key that works for us. So the key of me, I like to say, I tend to sing in C or F. But a lot of men sing in G or A. That's a lot more comfortable for their voices, or ladies that have a lower range of singing. They'd like to sing in a lower range. So anyway, we will get into that, but for today, even if it's too low or high for your voice, just work on the chords, since these songs, not only are they great songs for little ones and for using, like we said, with other educational purposes, they're great, easy songs with easy transition patterns with these 3 chords we've learned. So it's good practice, even if it's not something you're going to use every day, to just practice going between the chords. And then we'll get into transposing down the line. Okay, so Happy Birthday. The way you're going to do this, so Happy Birthday is in a triple meter. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So like a waltz. And so we're going to, for the most part, except for that last Happy Birthday to you on the second line, we're going to strum each chord for 3, unless we're doubling it up. So like I was teaching this in my beginner class that Abby's kids are in, and so I had them single strumming 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But what we can do is we can probably do a down up with it. So down, up, down, up, down, up. So a down, up will be 1 strum, will count as 1 strum. So we'll essentially do 3 of those together for each chord. So we'll hold C for essentially 6 strums. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, if that makes sense. So, Happy Birthday, you're going to hold C for 3 sets of down, up, down, up, down, up. Same with G7. And then C, you're going to do that Happy Birthday to you. And then, sorry, let me just add in, just so you don't get confused, because it's going to seem like we're holding C for 6, because, let me just add this here. Happy Birthday. So there's another C there. So every single one of those letters, you're going to hold it for 3 sets of that down, up, down, up, down, up. Except for the very end, Happy Birthday to you will just be Happy Birthday. This one I'll make it easy so you know. You're gonna do that for 2 sets. Happy birthday, which means 4 strums. Happy birthday, and then G7 and C at the end are just 1. To you. So those are single strums, okay? So these you're gonna all hold out for 3 sets, all of them, okay? So I'll do that just to make it a little easier. Let's just type that in real quick. Which really means...
Sorry.
No, yeah.
So just making sure. So C is the first one down on the bottom.
Yep.
Right in the third thing.
Yep.
And then G7 is my triangle.
Right? Your triangle. Yep.
Yep. And then the F is just putting the middle one on the very top with the pointer down on the same one as the G7, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yep, perfect. Okay, so that, and then these G7s are just going to be single strums. So 1 and 1, just to make it a little easier for you, okay? And remember, so when I say 3, that's either 3 single strums, 1, 2, 3, or it's 3 sets. Down, up is 1 set. So down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay? So let's just try it. We'll go slow, and if you're totally stuck, we'll break it down some more and tell me where you're stuck, okay? So let's try Happy Birthday. And if you notice, we don't start strumming right away on happy. So you're going to sing happy, and you start your strumming pattern on birthday. So happy birthday to you. Like that, okay? So don't start strumming on happy. You're going to sing happy, and then when you sing birthday, that's when you start your set of 3 first on the C, okay? All right, we'll go real slow. Let's see how we do here. 1, 2, here we go. Happy birthday to you, G7. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. How we do? I know that last bit is a quick change. So whereas these are super trivial, like easy kid songs, they're actually really good practice for quick changes because you're going to just strum those once, right? So let's try it again. So how are you feeling with most of the song except for that last tag? Feeling okay with it when it's longer strums?
Oh, okay. I'm okay. I'm okay.
All right, let's give it another go. We'll go through it again and see. I'm trying to see if there is happy birthday to you. So one thing I do to try to cheat to give myself, it's easier obviously once you memorize. So what I want all of you to do, even the kids that are taking my class, I've told them, practice, even if you're not strumming constantly, the strumming can come later. It's really like knowing where to go without really having to think up here. So what I want you to do is, these songs are great to practice transitioning between chords until they get a little easier. But I want you to like sit, if like say you're all just sitting watching a movie or something, and it doesn't require you to make any noise. But if you see what I'm doing here, I want you to just practice just going back and forth. C, F, or G7, C, G7, C, so that your fingers can start having that memory of this is where we go without even having to look. One thing I do when I'm going between a C and a G7, so what you can do is it's almost like a 2-step. I don't press everything all at once because it's very easy when you're pressing down, everything gets muddled. So one thing that I do when I'm doing my C is I do it in a 2-step, a quick 2-step, but I press my pointer finger down first and then slam my fingers down. So I kind of do a bump, 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 like that. And it just helps me, like the pointer finger gives me that navigation to kind of figure out and know exactly where to slam my fingers down. And you get used to that spacing of I just know it's about that much spacing between my middle and ring finger. And if I slam it down right underneath that pointer finger, it's going to go where it needs to go. So I don't go bump like that with all 3. Like that's actually really hard to do. And my pointer finger was almost going on a wrong string. So when I change to my G7 from whatever chord I'm on, I press my pointer finger down first and quickly put my other ones right after it so that it gives me some navigation. I don't know if that helps at all, but that's kind of how I do it. It's like a very quick like that. So that's one thing. But other than that, and I think I do that for my F too. I think I always press my pointer finger just slightly, like a half second before I press down the other part. It's just kind of like, it gives me like some navigation of like, that's in place, now I put the other one, you know? But you do what works for you, and we will try Happy Birthday one more time, okay? We'll go real slow. All right, here we go. So get ready on C, 3rd fret, ring finger on that bottom string, our 1st string A. All right, we're gonna go real slow. Remember, you start on birthday. 1, 2, here we go. Happy birthday to G7. Happy birthday to you, see? Happy birthday, happy F birthday, happy birthday, G7C. Yeah, good job. It's just, all of it is with practice, but at least you get a feel for how the song plays out with those chords. All right, we're gonna try another one. Old MacDonald. All right, Old MacDonald had a farm. So we're using C, and this one I have it on a down, down, up, up, down, up, which is that strum that standard pop strum we did last week. And I kind of put a little bit more emphasis on that last down before the last up. So down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. And you don't have to do that. That's just like little finesse things you can add down the line as you get more comfortable with that strumming pattern. For now, just keep it like steady on that down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And don't worry about the emphasis. Okay, so Old MacDonald had a farm. Let's see, how many do we do for this? Old MacDonald, that's so, one down, up, down, up. So that's just one. So Old MacDonald had a farm. So this is kind of a down, down, up, down, up, but I think at times you're just gonna do like a down, 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 just to make it easier. So you'll start that pattern and you'll do one set of patterns for Old MacDonald, but had a farm is half the time. So you're just gonna do 2, 2, and then E-I-E-I-O, E-I-E-I-O. So this is a full set. So let's, I'm gonna star where we're gonna do the full set. Full set, full set. So let's just do that first line. So you know that if it doesn't have a star, it's going to be cut in half. So just 2 strums. E-I-E-I-O. Okay. So had a farm. I'm going to add it here so you know. This one actually has one. Old MacDonald had a farm. Nope. And I'm gonna go like this, just so you don't get confused, because we're gonna keep it on, instead of a full pattern, it's gonna be half the time, but same chord. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's try that pattern. So just so that makes sense, the stars are gonna be a full set of down, down, up, down, up, and then if not, it's just 2 strums on each of those. Had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Okay, so let's try just that first line. 1, 2 on the C. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. You following? Does that make sense, the pattern at least? Yeah? Okay, cool. Awesome. I know, these mutes and unmutes, this Zoom, it's crazy. Awesome, as long as the pattern makes sense, because I just want to make sure you have the tools so you can practice during the week on these transitions and get a feel for the song. So let's see the next line. And on his farm he had a blank. So it's the same pattern. So let me just go here, add a C for you, and we're going to minus this out. Come on back. There we go. Close enough. All right, so what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna star. This C has a full pattern, and this C has a full pattern. So you gotta think of it as bookends. So the start and the end of each line are gonna have that full down, down, up, down, up pattern, and then everything else is just 2 strums each. So the first 2 lines are the exact same. Then it's easy because you get to just sit on C forever for the next 2 lines with a. So this line, the only change is that this line has 2 full sets of down, down, up, down, up. But then you can either do a down, up strum for each of those, down, up, 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 or you can just do. I would recommend down, up for right here. The here a blank, there a blank, everywhere a blank, blank. Just do a down, up instead of the full down, down, up, down, up. Down, up, 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 down, up. Then you go back to the same start where it is that one and that one. You got your bookends, okay? So, and we'll add that 1 C for you to make it to help you remember that that one is still just a double strum. There we go. There we go. All right, so let's try Old MacDonald. So 3 of the 5 lines are all the same. So you're going to keep the same pattern for 3 of those 5 lines, and then that middle part is all on C, which makes it easy. You just change the strum a little bit. You start with that 2 sets of that normal pop strum, and then you just go to change to a down, up for that 4th line. Down, up, 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 down, down, up, down, up, F, F, C, 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 G, 7, C. Okay? We'll go slow. Real slow, but at least 3 of those lines are all that same pattern, okay? And if this gets too tricky for you, just do with a blank blank here and a blank blank there. Do down, down, up, down, up, that normal strum twice, and then just change to a single strum here. And you don't even have to do like that. You can just do here a blank, there a blank, everywhere a blank, blank. You could just do 4 single strums right there, all right? Here a blank, there a blank, everywhere a blank, blank, and then go back to your pattern from the first 2 lines. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Okay? All right, here we go. We're going to give it one try, and we'll say it's a cow. We're going to call on the cow today. All right, here we go. Old MacDonald. You're going to start on C, real slow. 1, 2, here we go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-G-7-C, and on his farm he had F, a cow, E-I-E-I-O-C, with a moo moo here and a moo moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. Okay? Don't shake your head. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. You'd be shocked at these kids' songs, how they're really good practice for us to figure out strumming, patterns, and transitioning between chords. So the good thing is, as you practice this week, at least 3 of those lines are the same. So if you're stuck, just practice the pattern for that first line and get that down pat. Sing that first line over and over again and get used to that pattern, because if you can get that pattern of 1 full set, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1 full set. If you can get that down, you know you've got like 75% of the song. And then the other 2 lines are all on 1 chord, which makes it easy, and it's all about strumming. And if you really get super stuck, those 2 lines, you can even just do single strum with a blank blank here and a blank blank there. Here a blank, there a blank, everywhere a blank blank. Back to your pattern. 2, 2, 2, 2, full set. Okay? So practice that. All right, let's see. We've got time for one more. I have a bunch on here, but we're just going to we'll do some more next week. Let's see. We're going to save Twinkle Twinkle, because that, as you can see, while it's a simple song, has very quick changes. Lots of changes. So let's try. How about Row, Row, Row Your Boat? We're going to do one more. All right, Row, Row, Row Your Boat. I'm going to send you all of these. So if during the week they get easy, go and look at some of the other ones, see if you can figure them out, because we'll cover these other ones next week, okay? So row, row, row your boat, really easy. You just need 2 chords for it, C and G7, okay? So, I should have probably checked. I'm screen sharing and it would have told me if somebody came in. I was just realizing, I hope Ben wasn't waiting in the waiting room this whole time. But I didn't get any notification that someone's trying to come in, so we're good. All right, so row, row, row your boat is just C, and I have that on a down, up strum. So down, up, 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 down, up. Let me just make sure. I do that? Oh yeah, it's kind of like a reggae strum. Oh, I think I don't don't start on row. Row, row, row your boat. I do. Okay. So it's kind of like we're skanking. It's got that like reggae strum. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So this one you do want that emphasis. So you want to practice that. So you just strum lightly on that first set of down ups, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up, down up. You just strum a little bit harder on that second down. And you just think back to our high school dances, basically. And as it gets a little bit more familiar, as you get a little bit, you can start off slow, down, up, 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 down. And then as you get comfortable with that, you want to speed it up just a little bit. Okay, so it's kind of like that. So row, row, row your boat. You're going to sing row first, I think. Row, row, row your boat. Yeah, so you're going to start on the second row. We'll just change that for you. And you're going to keep that kind of like reggae pattern or that reggae feel. So row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So you hold C the whole way through until life is but a dream. Sorry, we got to change it back to add a C there. I knew I was missing a chord. It's good to do this in real time because then you figure out where you're missing and what we can fix. So, okay, so row, row, row your boat. You're going to hold C the whole way through, and you're just doing that down, up strum the whole time. Life is but a dream. Okay, that's the only time you change at the end. You're going to do two patterns on G7, down, up, C. Okay? So we'll try that. Everything stays on C on that down, up, kind of like reggae feel a little bit, okay? So 1, 2, nice and slow. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Yeah, did you get it? One more time. Let's see if we got it. Here we go on the C. So get ready. You got to be thinking, I'm going to move to that triangle, okay? And I forgot to mention, if I didn't already in the last class, one thing I do is it's good to keep your hands relaxed, both sides. I know that we're like stressing and you tend to tense up, but sometimes that makes it harder to get to the chords. So try to keep your fingers relaxed even though you're pressing that pressure. And one thing that I do when I move to that G7 or even that F, so I kind of, if you notice, my wrist and my elbow come up a little bit. It's almost like I'm shifting my, like this meaty part of my hand, I shift it up towards the tuners, and that just gives me a little bit more space to see what I'm doing up here. A little more space for my fingers. If I keep my hands lax like this, it doesn't give me a lot of support for stretching and scrunching my fingers into these chords up here. So I just kind of shift my hand a little bit up like this, and then it gives me a little bit more freedom with my hand and support to get them up, scrunched up there for multiple patterns up here with my fingers. So I don't know if that helps for you, but maybe try to shift your hand up a little bit instead of leaving it like this, okay? Like it's hard to see. And so that, it just gives me a little bit more support. It's a little bit easier to hit those F, G7, C7, all those things that are up here. Okay? All right, we're going to try row, row, row your boat one more time. And then you're unmuting. I want to hear you this time. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right, here we go. Row, row, row your boat. 1, 2, nice and slow. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Again. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. All right, now tell me, how are you feeling with those songs we've done so far? Do you feel like you understand them, the pattern? I don't expect perfection right now because we're just covering it now. But do you feel like you have enough of an understanding to like go back through this when you have some time? Like that's a lot of free time, I'm sure, with a 3 and a 4-year-old. But when you do find a moment for yourself to try and practice the patterns and the transitions between these chords on these songs,
Yes.
any
Yes.
any questions?
How do I get to sound like you?
Oh my God. Just
You're
keep
so pretty.
just keep practicing. I promise. The more we
Hashtag
practice,
goals.
the easier it will get. I promise.
Okay.
Really, that's all it is just practice and getting comfortable. And really, for me, the hardest thing, like I could figure out the chords pretty easily. Like I was pretty good at memorizing that and figuring that out. For me, the hardest thing was perfecting the strum, which I still don't have perfected, and I'm still working on to this day. So for me, that's one of the hardest things. And then it's like patting your head and rubbing your tummy, trying to put it all together. So it's really just the more you do it, the easier it gets. And I feel like with anything, it's really like there's just going to be a moment where you're just going to do this over and over and over again with simple songs, trickier songs, and all of a sudden one day it's going to click and you're going to be like, well, why is it so easy now? It was so hard for so long. Like it's just a matter of getting your body and your fingers and everything kind of in place, memorized, comfortable with it, and one day it's just going to click the more you do it. So yeah. All right, well, practice. Sing to your
Okay.
3 and 4-year-olds. I'm sure they're going to love singing happy birthday all day long.
Oh, they're very cute. They go like this. They gay mommy.
Oh, that's so cute. All right, well, I will send you this document, and like I said, it has other songs on it. We'll keep adding to it if you guys think of other songs in this category. We'll do other pop songs, country songs. I'm happy to take from any genre and do whatever we want. I just know Ben was really interested in this because the school year was about to start for him. So we'll focus on these for a little bit. Some easy sort of kid type songs, also because they're great to practice chord transitions. And we'll keep adding to this this file, and I'll keep sending it off to you as we add some. But yeah, if you practice this week and the 3 we did are feeling real good, go ahead and look at some of the others and see if you can figure them out. See if you can figure out Twinkle Twinkle. And then we'll focus on them again next week, okay?
Okay.
Yay! All right, well, it was good to see you.
You too.
Have a great, yeah, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Wednesday.
All right. Bye.
Bye.